Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 26th of October. We'll look at mainly the S&P because it's lifting off a little bit quicker than the NASDAQ. So with the S&P on the daily chart here, as you know, we've been tracking minor wave 1, 2, 3 and 4 here, and then we're looking up for wave 5. How far it will go up here, we just have to count the waves as they go. Obviously the elections are on the cards over the next sort of 10 days or whatever, so we don't know what's going to come out of the box out of those sorts of things, you know. So there's all sorts of opinions and even some sort of facts that may hold up or may not hold up. So you just really need to be a little bit careful with all of this, and not just in the S&P as well, because whoever gets in, there's going to be a change in policies to a point where you'll see a lot of money shift in the bonds, in the gold markets and currencies and so on and so on. So there's a lot of forces at play that are beyond us little folks. So we just need to be a bit more diligent in this space, and perhaps even trade a bit less. So, but as far as the crow flies, we're looking at wave 3 and 4 here, and we're looking for wave 5 to the upside. There is a good case that we're on this because we're also been looking, as you know, as wave 4 maybe getting a bit complicated as well within all of this here, and there's still a reasonable case for that. We do have 3 waves down here so far for this. But there's different ways we can still view all of this, but let's just work with the details and then work out from that space. So on the 4-hour chart, we're looking from that wave 4 here, we're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 here, and A and B and a C back for wave 2. Pulled back a little bit further than expected, but the main point here is that we do have a nice A, B and C correction at this point here so far. So we are starting to see an impulse to the upside here, which is good, and we can pretty much label that, especially probably more on the futures markets, it looks more like wave 1 here and 2 here, and we'll look for wave 3 moving up here further for this. There's a couple of ways this could actually play out too in terms of an impulse wave to the upside, and we'll also look at that as well. But as I've always said, to get out of a larger wave 4 correction here, we really want to see the 35 here as the support, because that will really sort of lift it at that particular stage. So yeah, let's drill in a little bit further, and we need to break down that situation. So on the E-minis and this market here, we can look at this here as well, from wave A, B here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 here, and all the way over to this point over here for wave 4 and down for wave 5 here. In fact, wave 5 will probably finish on not that low, but the little low just over here for that, but not a big deal. We can count this up here as a 5-wave structure here, so we can look at that as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and we can also look at wave 1 and 2 coming into this space here and then pushing up here. We looked at this box here, this grey box here, and this one here as 2 Fibonacci relationships. So the first one here was from wave B down to wave C, and that sort of played and held it quite nicely, but it also worked within group 2, subgroup 2, 65, 72 and 80. We can also put, haven't got all the levels in here, but we've got 50 in here, which is 5, which is important. And then group 1 here, 10, 20 and 30. And the second one here comes from that top to this one here, and this is if the market's going to fail and move down from here, then this is where it would move from here, and then we'd look at this as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave to this point here. So we really do need that 35 there. When we look at the NASDAQ, just for a moment. Here we can see just on the 1 hour chart here, we've got our wave 1 and 2 here, and we can look at this as wave 1 and ABC, and for wave 2 the same. It's it's not really sort of lifting. It's finding minor group 2 in here as the resistance. So we've got 11,500, which is the medium level, and then 65, 72, and 80 here as the resistance. So we want to get past this supply here. Supply just means sellers. So we want that. We want that 72 there as the support. That's what we've been looking for before. So we'll do this. So this market can catch up in its own way. We could look at this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 in line with the S&P 500. It's just a little bit odd looking at this stage. So yeah, you can see the resistance over here. So we want that 11,720 as the tested support, and being a tested support means that the demand is there on that number where the resistance was before. So it's a game changer at that particular point in time. I can just see the NASDAQ here on 100 ticks here. So from the low here on the NASDAQ here, 100, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, then A and a B and a C here, and then moving up. So it's doing all the right things. It's just hasn't really lifted off past this supply level just yet. So next step, let's just go to the 15-minute chart here and just sort of drill in here a little bit further. So this is how it plays out here. So from our wave 2 here, we can look at this. See, I think this is actually on this point here to be fair on this one, somewhere just in here for that. But of course I could be wrong, and not that it really matters that much. It's just that if I use this as all of this as a triangle for wave 4 here, this is like wave 1, 2, 3 here, an A, B, C for 4, and a truncated 5th wave here. And then it also leaves this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Gets a bit messy in here, so that would be 1 and 2 in here, 3, 4, 5 here. So it still plays out. I do think it's at this one, but look, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, this is what we're looking at here for this. So 5 waves up here for wave 1, back for wave 2 here in the box. And then we're looking for, I don't know, I haven't counted that up through here yet, but wave 1 up here and back for wave 2 at this point. But the important point here is that we do have an impulse wave here. So technically, taking out this top here gives us our long trade. Of course, there'll be lots of folks already long in this market. Just putting this up here into group 2 here, 65 there. So from 3,400 to 3,500 in this space, we got our sub levels of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. But with 8, we've also got group 2, which is 72 and 65 there. So we're looking for 5 waves up here. So we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and 3, 4, and 5 here. I might have, this is where it comes in a little bit tricky. I've already got wave 1 over there, so that's not going to be the case there. So we'll just move that out the way there for a moment. Yeah, may have to push these up one. So if I just go back to the hourly chart and just clear that up a little bit. So we've got wave 1 here and wave 2 here. We want, technically we want wave 3 to be as long as wave 1 or longer. It's normally quite a bit longer, another 60% longer basically, but just being conservative here, because we're also looking at a triangle pattern within all of this as well. If I can just go here for a moment and come back. So it's also possible that We've got all of this down. Here's an ABC for the A wave here, an ABC here for the B wave here, and an ABC for the C wave here, an ABC for the D wave here, and then ABC back here. So we may, a little bit further on here across the 35 and coming into the elections, we may get a deeper correction into this space here, which will need to accommodate in one way or another. Different people are trading these markets differently. Some are using ETFs, some are using futures, some are using CFDs, all sorts of things, and they're all doing different things. And that was something else I really wanted to just touch on today as well. Just going back now to, I'll just go back to the hourly chart here. So we've either got to go, we've either got to get 5 waves up here, we've got to get 1 and 2 and a long 3rd wave in here, right? And a 4th wave and then a 5th wave up here to get a longer 3rd wave. If that's not the case, then I will need to look at, copy this here, and look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and build a stronger case to the upside, like a bigger 3rd wave to the upside. So that means it would have wave 1 here in blue, wave 2 here in blue, wave 3 here in blue, wave 4 here in blue, wave 5 here in blue, and then look at wave 1 here and 2 here for this. So we'll just see how it builds first, because we've also got the triangle pattern there as well. And that will play out across the 35 and have it like here where we're expecting a more shallow correction. We may end up getting one a bit deeper here in that triangle pattern here, and then take out our positions, so to speak. And this is also what I wanted to talk about too. I'll just go to the tick chart. Now the tick chart's got a slightly different count to it as well here, from coming up from the low. A week should do the trick, but I just like to look at different things. So in this case here, I've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for 1, and back for 2 here, and then up for 1 and 2. So a whole series of 1s and 2s. But it doesn't have to play out like that. I mean, the other way we've got it as 1 and 2 here, and 3, 4 and 5 here for, for this wave 1 sitting here, and this wave 2 sitting here. It looks like that on the E-minis anyway. So yeah, either way. But I think this is interesting. I was watching a film on Netflix over the weekend called The Queen's Gambit. It's a chess game, and I really enjoyed it. And it reminded me of chess. I mean, I know the basics of chess, of course, but the chess really reminded me of trading, because within a trend we have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And they're all different characters, and it's the same with chess. You have the opening, you have the middle game, and you have the end game. And in the opening, there's a whole variety of openings that you can do. It's the same with trading as well. So we can look at there's sort of trend traders, I guess, and there's scalpers. So a scalper might just trade from one level here to the next level here, or from 30 to 50 here using the levels, and that type of thing. So everybody's got different things going on. But you can't do both at the same time. So if you're trading in a trend, and you were wanting to get through this and get further up through here, then you could trade this one here and trade up to here and get out, or you could see this as wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here and put the stop under here or under here, but you couldn't lift the stop up to this point here, for instance, because you'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1, and then come back for wave 2 and get stopped out at that particular point. So these are opening strategies and tactics. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to go for the long haul up here, then you need to always keep the stops out of the way. So if you call this in the low here and you see 5 waves going up here, and that's cool, and then you see this move back here, and then you've got your wave 1 up here and you start to move in here, well then your stop's really got to stay here until you get the next wave 2 in. Anyway, it was a good movie, and if you're a because it's really just another game, isn't it? Really, and by looking at different games, it kind of shakes you up and makes you realise things. So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a good movie, and I recommend it because of the strategy point of view in the game of it all. Because trading is a game and chess is a game, but we don't take. I mean, we try to take trading seriously, and but in chess, or at all professional levels, they take it more seriously. So to see people playing a game at a serious professional level, it really helps you and makes you think about what you're doing yourself. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, I think I can just really leave it at that, but we'll just recap this somewhat. So we're going to go to the 4-hour charts here for a moment. So it does appear that we've got wave 1 and wave 2 in through here, right? So that means that everything being fair, we should be able to put our stops under here and keep them there. The problem is that we can look at this as wave 3 coming up through here, and that's fine if that's going to be the case. And then wave 4 and then wave 5 moving up through that wave. We could also have the triangle pattern where we have this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave coming up to here. And then in that case, we're going to come back down to the 61.8% and then move up from that point there again. So, and there's also the possibility of coming down further. Not really. No, I doubt it. This is getting a bit less and less now that we've got the impulse wave here. So we're still left with the triangle pattern though. So that triangle pattern can be the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. Better just take another look at that. So we can have an A and a B and a C wave moving up here to the 61.8%, which is going to come in around the 35 now that I can adjust this a little bit further. So I'll just clean this up here a bit. So it's going to be, I mean, the reason I'm saying this for is because of your stop losses here. So that's wave 1 or wave A, and then the 61.8% is in here somewhere. So it'll be coming in across these highs here. So from this point, let's just clean these guys up here as well. I mean, this is a bit of a long shot, but we have to work through everything just to so that's right there, just double checking that. So it's on the 35 there. So we can take this low here and put that at the 35. So, you know, that's what could happen here, really. We would come down here, bounce off those highs in a way, come back up and come back down, probably hit the trend line at that point and then push up from that point. So it's a bit of a long shot, but because we've been getting weird stuff already, I mean, for instance, you know, this wave 1 here that we're calling, we've got this as a blue wave 1 and 2 here, and then the next wave 1 here and coming back for wave 2 here. I mean, this is a little bit odd because this is a really large correction here compared to wave 1 here. It's not what you normally get in wave 2, so there's definitely a problem at that point. It's pulled down too far for a wave 4, but it's big enough for a wave 4. So, you know, the other point too here is that, you know, maybe we just get a move just above the top here from the elections, and that's wave 5 there, finished. And then we come down from that point. So that's something else. You know, there's a lot of things that can happen now from that we're so close to the election. So, you know, for us to get it right, it's going to be a little bit of a long shot, right? So, yeah, let's see. I mean, so anyway, in terms of tactics, then trading to the 35 here and getting out is not such a bad idea, really, is it? Coming to think about coming back to it all here, if we've got 5 waves here, which appears the case, which we've got as wave 1, but that could be a wave A here and a wave B here. So the next 5 wave sequence will take us to 35. So I think that we just trade to 35 and jump out at that point. So let's just put that in here as take profit here, and then we'll just wait for the setup, and the setup will be, well, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level within group 1 here, and then an ABC pattern, something like this, and then we can move back in at that point. I've probably made it a bit large, but it'll just give you the idea. In a way, in one way or another, we're looking for that as a tested support, and we need these highs here to go long on. Yeah, let's see how we go. And let's just see the strength of this move that comes in through here as well. See if it picks up with a bit of speed as well. We'll keep an eye on that. But anyway, just a few ideas to toss around. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.